Hello, Generation 1 fans, Pokemon name fans, and pun fans alike. Welcome to a series where we will create a pun out of every Pokemon name, by order of the Pokédex, of course. And let's start with the first 50 Pokemon in Kanto. For starters, there are 151 Pokemon in the Pokédex. Or should I say 3 starters, there are 151 Pokemon in the Pokédex. Anyway, a man sells multiple means of transportation. You can choose to ride either a Bulbasaur or something else. I've bred my grass starters so much just to get to perfection. I'm sure they're tired of hearing the acronym IV. You could say that they're Ivysaur. So, which of the terrestrial planets do you like best? Is it Mercury, Earth, Venus, or Mars? Water has charm, Earth has charm, Fire has Charmander has charm. Charismatic people can charm thousands. Scratch that. They can charm millions. Charizard to distinguish the difference between S's and CH's. You know what I'm going to do with this water gun? I'm going to Squirtle the sun goes down. When Squirtle evolves, he's still growing up. It has one more evolution to do. When you're growing up, you get warts, and that sucks for Squirtle. Having a wart is like having a hurdle, specifically a wart turtle. I have donkey toys and I have bull toys. If I combine them, does that make them Blastoise? I'm asking my cat if words are still relevant or not. Speaking of which, hey cat, derpy is still a relevant word, right? I recently went to Japanese Unova the other day and Metapod instead of a chili. This is actually a real thing. The Japanese name for chili and Unova is actually pod. Interesting name difference from where you buy the game. I can't afford to keep eating all this butter. I think I'm going to go on a butter-free diet. Public service announcement. Don't smoke too much marijuana. Weed'll hurt you. Making Disney songs must be tough. I wonder what it was like to make Hakuna Matata. Hey, that's a good drill you got there. It's not a shabby drill. I think I'm going to store my money in the Pidgey Bank. Gen 2 sucks. In fact, I feel bad for it. I Pidgey Doto. Oh, and the new Mario game on the Switch? Hate it as well. I Pidgey Odyssey. Kid at a candy store? More like Ratata cheese store. When I breed a Pokemon and don't get what I want, I usually eradicate it. Hey, I need some oats for this recipe. Do you have any Sparrows? When I evolved Spearow, I thought the design was so scary, actually. It gave me a fear of birds. Hey, he finally looks scary now. He can scare people now. Hey, what kind of books are those? I don't know. All I know is that they are books. I could never have any privacy these days. Like, people always complain about privacy with the FBI, but nowadays it's all about Pokemon. Sometimes they just come out of nowhere in Pikachu. I'm so good at chewing grains, especially rye. I'm just the master of the Raichu. Not trying to sound shrewd or anything, but I watch Rick and Morty. Here's a fun fact. I use // is equally when I'm typing. Oh, so you want to be freed from kidnapping? Well, not so fast, because I need a ransom for that. You can fight here. First, you need real weapons, and then you need arena to fight it. Don't you hate it when you're playing chess, and if only you had a queen, you could have them in checkmate? Like, dude, I need a queen. So, Game Freak decided to have 2 Pokemon have the same name, but different Pokédex numbers. I don't like these predictable names. I need a random name that just comes out of nowhere. Welcome back to the man who sells multiple ways of transportation. Earlier we talked about how you could buy either a bull, a bus, or something else. The problem is you actually have to trade in a transportation object to get those transportation objects, preferably an animal. So I really need a rhino right now. So earlier, when I was talking about needing a queen, that never actually happens when I play chess. What normally happens is I suck and I need a king. We must regulate the population of fairies. To do that, we will kill fairies. My personal favorite of Aesop is Boyd Uncle Fable. Your eyes may be sore right now. So here, I'm going to show you some beautiful pics. Let me tell you 9 tales about how it is literally impossible to come up with a creative pun for this Pokemon. In case you didn't know, a jig is a dance where you do sort of leaping movements. The problem is, I can't afford to keep going to these jigs and doing these leaping movements. Because I really want to buy a Ford with a Jigglypuff in. Like, really, I can't Jigglypuff Ford. According to this doctor, if you want to be strong, you must first exercise and eat well. He recommends that the best exercising is wiggling, and you should always exercise before you eat. But here's the catch: when you eat, you have to eat out like you mean it. You have to eat forcefully. After that, you can play as much as you want. So the steps are wiggle, eat tough, and then you can play. I want my purpley yam tree, and I want it now. So where's Zubat? The flat earthers have officially stolen my globe, and they won't tell me where it is. Seriously, where's my gold bat? It's quite odd to have a pun that's been made a million times in one of these videos. Most of these puns I haven't seen before, so I'd like to think that these are pretty unique, so it's quite odd, but it's honestly not that odd, it's oddish. And let's be honest, when I can't come up with an original pun, it puts me into a state of glue. Like right now. Since I'm a Tumblr user, I'm attracted to weird things. In my case, birds. Since I'm ornithophile, plumes are beautiful to me. If it's not commensalism or mutualism, it's gotta be parasitism. I hear there's a lot of ghosts in France, and parasectoplasm is a regular occurrence. A student in a biology class accidentally said genotype instead of phenotype. The teacher corrected them, saying pheno, not geno. If your mother says something you already know, say veno, mother. Remember, if you're gonna dig, let me do it too. So that concludes our episode 1 of Generation 1, the very beginning. The next episode will come out soon, and will obviously be more Generation 1 Pokemon. I'm gonna do moves soon, but that's after we finish all, 800 million Pokemon. So this was really fun to make, and I hope that you aren't watching this as a method of torture by the government. I mean, I don't know why else you would be watching this. You're obviously not watching out of choice. I know someone's forcing you to watch this, but I just hope that that's not the reason, you know?